Hey there, welcome back to the daily. This is Adriana. Really wonderful to be back here with you for another day of practice. I am decidedly going to keep my prologue here pretty short and sweet because it's been a while since we've had a longer, more spacious sit, right? I feel like we've had a lot of kind of chit chat happening to give context to our practice or to set up our practice, which is wonderful. However, I personally am a big fan of a really kind of nice, open, spacious sit. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that today. Let's just have a kind of nice, open, spacious sit. So again, under the theme of the month, acceptance, I really want to encourage us to just simply allow. So maybe another one of these kind of synonyms or translations of acceptance is just allowing whatever it is that's arising for us, creating some space for it. And that might be it. That might just be our practice today. I want to say that if you find that you're incredibly restless or maybe a little bit on the busier, speedier side of things today, there's an analogy that I really personally appreciate, which is just that we give our bull a lot of room to run. So it might be that for you, practice today is just creating a lot of big open space so that your mind, your emotions, your whole interior state, if it is feeling really activated, just kind of has a lot of space to sort of bounce around. And just like a bull, if you give it enough space, at some point, it'll kind of tire itself out, right? It'll just find this kind of like nice lull, and maybe even take a nap under a tree somewhere. Which, of course, we're not necessarily taking a nap in our meditation practice, but you know what I mean. Just giving the bull a lot of space to run. So wherever we happen to be, as always, just taking a moment to decide on our seat. If we find ourselves on a chair or couch, it's letting our feet be flat on the ground here. Nice, sturdy, stable base. And then deciding on gaze, eyes open or eyes closed. And as always, if we're practicing with eyes open, just letting the gaze be soft, hazy, unfocused, almost as though we're looking through space, not at anything directly. And if we're practicing with eyes closed, seeing if we can still maintain that sense of being alert and awake. And we'll just take a few moments here to open our practice by opening our senses. It's shifting the attention to sound. Receiving the sound of the space that we're in. Any noises that are available today. And if we're in a perfectly quiet space, maybe even noticing what it's like to listen through silence. And staying open to sound, shifting the attention to touch. So taking a few moments to center ourselves in our bodies. That pressure where the body makes contact against the floor, the chair. Taking in the texture of clothing on our skin. Temperature of the air in the room. Dropping the attention into the feet. It's feeling the feet here. Texture, temperature, feeling where the feet make contact. Tracing the attention across the shin bones. Circling the kneecaps, grazing through the thighs. Landing in the hips. Feeling the sit bones against the chair, the cushion. Moving the attention to the tailbone, sacrum, base of the spine. Just beginning our slow, deliberate climb across the lower back, middle back, upper back, light extension at the crown of the head. Dropping the attention into the belly, the chest. Just taking a few moments here in the belly, the chest, barrel of the front body. Maybe just noticing if there's anything active, alive, pronounced in this area of the body. And oftentimes the storehouse of emotion, the belly, the chest. It's giving ourselves a quick temperature check. Getting a sense of what we're walking into practice with, if anything. It's all grist for the mill. It's noticing what we're working with. And then continuing to rest here in the front body. It's establishing contact with the body, breathing. Feeling the way the breath moves in the body today. Similar but different than any other day. The expansion, contraction of the breath in the body. The rise and the fall of the belly with the breath. And then wherever, however the breath is most available in the body today, it's dropping our anchor of attention here. Home base, the place that we return to. And just continuing into practice, using that singular instruction that as our minds begin to wander, which they naturally will, just noticing when we've left our breathing, acknowledging what captures our attention, and then gently, firmly coming back to the breath in the body. And again, as we settle into practice here, perhaps finding our attention is drifting, maybe entirely lost in thought somewhere. And of course, if that's the case, no big deal. Just noticing, acknowledging where we've landed, and feeling the body breathe. It's that continual release and return, coming back to the body, back to the breath, back to the moment at hand. Just resting here. So, in this continued spirit of non-judgment in our meditation practice, it might be worth seeing if we can locate this sense of implicit curiosity that might exist in our practice. Sense of, what is this like? What is this like? Just being here in this body with this breath at this moment. What is this like? And can I let this moment fully register? Just this. And in the moments that we find ourselves drifting, maybe completely out to sea, again, no big deal. Just acknowledging where we've landed, light touch of recognition, and feeling the body breathe. So as always, just a bit of encouragement here to keep the window of our senses cracked open a bit. And it's continuing to come back to our senses in a very literal way. And feeling the shape that the body makes, and the weight of the body against the chair, the floor, and whatever space that we occupy here, really allowing ourselves to occupy it fully. Take up this space. And feeling the texture of clothing against our skin, temperature of the air in the room, and receiving any noises that are present. And maybe even noticing if this anchors our experience differently. It's keeping this sense of sensorial awareness, open senses. And again, feeling the vacillation of breath in the body. And just allowing ourselves to be here. Again, this is it. And then in our final few moments of practice together, perhaps just reconnecting to what it is that brought you here. Why yes? Why today of all days? Doesn't have to be profound as long as it's honest. It's keeping it fresh. And whatever that is for us, it's closing out with a little bit of sweetness. Hand on the heart, maybe some thanks, a little credit for taking the time, making the space, working with your mind, and taking good care of yourself in this way. And then as you're ready, allowing formal practice to drop and coming back in together at your own pace, no rush. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for practice. How sweet just to keep it spacious, keep it really spacious. I know for some of us it's sweeter, it's sweeter than others. Some of us find a lot of space really difficult, which, to that I just want to say, great, how wonderful. I mean, I feel like a part of this practice is that we're always kind of identifying our edge of practice a little bit, right? That's great information. It's really wonderful information. And some days The information that we're receiving is that we just have an incredibly busy mind. And that's all the more reason to just create a lot of space for our bowl to run the loops until it tuckers itself out a little. So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.